Tengku Zafrul has responded to Rafizi Ramli on his claims about the US reciprocal tariff deal. We also have updates on the new PN chairperson. Stay tuned for this and more on KiniNews. Tengku Zafrul told Rafizi to stop spinning the tariff issue, adding that the 19% tariff will no longer apply after the US court ruling.
Former Investment, Trade and Industry Minister Tengku Zafrul Abdul Aziz has claimed that Malaysia is no longer tied to the 19% US reciprocal tariff deal following a decision by the US Supreme Court on February 20th. This was in response to Pandan MP Rafizi Ramli's remarks on the matter.
Rafizi, janganlah asyik nak spin. Letihlah nak layan. Bulan puasa ni kita nak fokus ibadah. Apa benda yang kena bayar tarif 2 kali ganda ni? Bila Mahkamah Agung Amerika Syarikat dah batalkan tarif, maknanya tarif 19% yang kena kat Malaysia pun dah tak jadilah. Kita bersedia dari awal. Sediakan payung sebelum hujan. Kita memang tahu ya, kes mahkamah ini sedang berjalan. Ya, tetapi kalau kita tunggu sampai kes selesai dan keputusan memihak kepada Trump, bagaimana? Barulah time tu kita terheh-heh nak mula berunding.
He added that Malaysia was not the only country that signed a deal with the US before the court decision. Zafrul pointed out that the UK, European Union, Japan, Korea and Indonesia had also signed deals. Previously, Rafizi had said that Zafrul and Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim had made a mistake by signing the trade deal hastily. According to Rafizi, the agreement signed by Malaysia during US President Donald Trump's visit to Kuala Lumpur has put the country at a loss, as Malaysia will still be stuck with the 19% tariff despite the court's ruling. On February 20th, the US Supreme Court, by a 6-3 majority, ruled that Trump had exceeded his constitutional authority by imposing sweeping tariffs under the International Emergency Economic Powers Act of 1977, a statute reserved for use in genuine national emergencies. After the ruling, Trump had imposed a 10% global tariff to replace the one struck down and later increased it to 15%.
A DAP MP's motion to discuss Azam share scandal was rejected by the Dewan Rakyat speaker today. The reason given was that there is already a committee looking into it and investigations are ongoing.
Dewan Rakyat Speaker Johari Abdul has rejected a government MP's bid for Parliament to discuss MACC Chief Azam Baki's shareholdings. Johari said he had decided to decline the motion submitted by DAP's Bukit Gelugor MP Ramkarpal Singh, as the government has since established a special committee to investigate the matter. In response, Ramkarpal argued that the investigations will not prevent the Dewan Rakyat from exercising its right to debate the issue.
Walaupun terdapat satu jawatan kuasa yang bersiasat, ini bukannya satu court of law pada masa ini. Ini hanya satu jawatan kuasa, tidak menghalang Dewan ini dalam membincangkan perkara ini. Seperti yang Tuan sedia maklum, ini satu isu yang memang satu isu yang telah pun mendapat headlines dan perlu dibincang dengan segera. Oleh kerana ini merupakan satu isu yang melibatkan Ketua SPRM.
However, Johari stressed that the committee should be given space to conduct its investigations. He added that he might allow debates on the issue once the committee has released its findings. Ramkarpal submitted the motion to Johari's office on February 12 amid mounting pressure on the government to investigate Azam. Azam had previously claimed that he declared his shareholdings to the Public Service Department and disposed of his portfolio by July last year. From now on, you can also listen to KiniNews on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Scan the QR code on the screen to follow us.
Perikatan Nasional has approved the resignation of Muhyiddin Yassin as its chairperson. Ahmad Samsuri Mokhtar was named as the new chairperson effective immediately.
PAS Vice President Ahmad Samsuri Mokhtar has been appointed as Perikatan Nasional's new chairperson. The decision was made during the PN Supreme Council meeting held at PAS headquarters in Kuala Lumpur yesterday. A statement signed by PN Component Party President said the meeting has approved the resignation of Muhyiddin Yassin as PN chairperson effective January 1st. It added that meeting then proceeded to unanimously appoint Samsuri as the PN chairperson effective immediately. Meanwhile, in a press conference after the meeting, PAS Secretary General Takiuddin Hassan revealed that no other candidates for PN chief had been brought up during the meeting. Takiuddin also informed the press that PAS will be taking over the post of parliamentary opposition leader. However, a candidate has not yet been decided. The position is held by Hamzah Zainuddin, who was axed as Bersatu deputy president and booted from the party 2 weeks ago.
Still on the topic, Samsuri has received the backing of Hamzah Zainuddin along with 18 other MPs.
Sacked Bersatu Deputy President Hamzah Zainuddin and 18 other lawmakers aligned to him have voiced their full support for newly minted Perikatan Nasional Chairperson Ahmad Samsuri Mokhtar. The 19 MPs, including former and current Bersatu leaders, said the appointment was a serious consolidation, showing that PN is ready to serve the Rakyat and build the country. They added that in their capacity as elected MPs, they will continue to support PN under the leadership of PAS as its core party. Among those who signed the statement were Bersatu Vice President Ronald Kiandi, former Bersatu Women Chief Mas Ermiati Samsudin, former Bersatu Supreme Council member Saifuddin Abdullah, Machang MP Wan Ahmad Faisal Wan Ahmad Kamal, and Tasik Gelugur MP Wan Saiful Wan Jan. Hamzah and many of the MPs were among several Bersatu members who had been sacked from the party 2 weeks ago. The move was seen as a purge by Bersatu President Muhyiddin Yassin against the Hamzah camp. Bersatu has 25 MPs and Hamzah has claimed that he has the support of 19 of them.
If you like the stories we produce, consider supporting us by subscribing to Malaysia Kini. Click the link in the description below or scan the QR code on your screen to subscribe.
Back to Bersatu, its Vice President Ronald Kiandi has claimed that Ahmad Faisal Azumu's denial over the messages concerning PAS is merely an attempt at damage control.
A current and a former Bersatu Supreme Council member have claimed that viral screenshots of messages allegedly showing Party Vice President Ahmad Faisal Azumu, popularly known as Beja, speaking ill of PAS are authentic. This came after Faisal denied ever writing such a message and instead blamed it on former Bersatu members who allegedly wanted to sow discord between the Perikatan Nasional component parties. Bersatu Vice President Ronald Kiandi claimed that Faisal's denial was just damage control. He told Malaysia Kini to not believe Beja and claimed that it did happen. When contacted, sacked Supreme Council member Zulkifli Bujang also claimed that the conversation took place. He said that he was still in the WhatsApp group when the conversation on the party's relationship with PAS was discussed on December 30th. Malaysia Kini has reached out to Faisal for comments. According to viral screenshots of the purported WhatsApp conversation, Faisal has suggested that Bersatu quit PN after a component party acted insolently against Bersatu President Muhyiddin Yassin. He later allegedly stated that Muhyiddin should not resign as PN chairperson, but PAS should be the one to quit the coalition and join DAP.
The government tabled the bill to limit the Prime Minister's tenure to 10 years for its first reading in the Dewan Rakyat today. Let's take a look at some of the details.
The government has proposed that the move to limit the Prime Minister's term in office to 10 years should be applied retrospectively. The bill on the suggested constitutional amendment proposes that any period during which a person held the office prior to the law's enforcement will be taken into account. Any period when a person assumed the role of the Prime Minister following the dissolution of Parliament under Clause Bracket 2 of Article 55 of the Federal Constitution will not be included for the stipulated 10-year term. This would mean the previous Prime Ministers who only serve for one term or less will be allowed to return to the position. The bill also states that a Prime Minister appointed by the Yang di-Pertuan Agong shall not hold the office for more than 10 years, either continuously or otherwise. If found to be in contravention of the rule, the Prime Minister and members of his cabinet shall cease to hold office. However, the person and the cabinet members are expected to continue discharging the functions of their office until a new Prime Minister is appointed by the King. This is to provide continuity in government administration. According to Minister in the Prime Minister's Department for Law and Institutional Reform, Azalina Othman Syed, the second reading of the bill is expected to take place next week.
And that is all from me today. For more stories, you can go to kinitv.com. You can also follow us on Instagram, X, YouTube, and Facebook for the latest news updates. I'm John. Thanks for watching.